We're in the hurricane season, and if you haven't yet prepared, the time is now.
As it relates to preparedness, so before any hazards, hurricanes, whatever it is, we understand that there needs to be a good relationship between Grenlec and NADMA, so that when there's an event, okay, we can get the necessary support from the company. Again, after an event, so after a hurricane or after an earthquake, whatever it is, we expect that there would be good collaboration, good cooperation between NADMA and Grenlec, so that we can work together to ensure that we provide the services needed to the general population. That's why we have Grenlec as part of the national structure, and we do invite them to our trainings, we do invite them to simulation exercises, whatever events that we're having, so that they are integrated into the national disaster management process, so that they can provide the necessary services to the population when needed.
Grenlec embarks on a continuous maintenance program. So when it comes to the hurricane season, we don't have to do anything specific. All year round we maintain tree trimming, we maintain our lines, our pole structures, a term that is normally referred to in the industry as hardening the system. So making sure our maintenance is in place for poles, line and other pole hardware. Just before the hurricane season, the start of the hurricane season, June 1, we ramp up our tree trimming exercise out in the field.
Tree trimming is very critical. To the naked eye, you may think that the trees are far away, but based on the effect of the wind, trees can be sometimes 30, 40 feet away and the wind can take it closer to the lines. And if it comes in contact with the lines, it can cause power outages. And in some cases, if the trees fall onto the lines can burst and fall to the ground. Sometimes the line may be on the ground and power wouldn't go off. And the public may see a line on the ground and think it's safe, but it's not safe. So the number one priority would be the general hospital and health centers in general. Then we have water and sewage authority, airports and seaports. Then we have major hotels and supermarkets, and then large population centers.
We ask the general public to ensure that they have the disaster plans in place. We ask businesses to have the disaster plans. We do a lot of public education and information to ensure that people understand the hazards that can affect and how they can affect and how to prepare for them, how to respond to these hazards. And we're asking people to ensure that you prepare, ensure that you have a disaster plan and that you have a disaster supplies kit.
In addition to Grenlec having a national plan, that is where we go out and we make an assessment of damages after the hurricane. We advise the general public to have the plans for their homes so that each member of the household will know how to respond. Even though we don't want this to happen, but you know how to respond if you have to.
So individuals should really follow NADMA's guideline in terms of their own preparation for the hurricane season. Most specifically, if they have standby generators, to ensure that those are in working order, because during hurricane season or any passage of a storm, you can have interruptions in terms of your supply, your power supply. And therefore it's important that if you have these generators, to make sure that they're in working order, so that if there is a need for you to use them, they're available to you. One word of caution when standby generators are used is make sure that they're isolated from the Grenlec supply. And you can do that by ensuring that your main switch is off and there is no feedback from your generator onto the Grenlec lines, especially during the hurricane season, or if there is a power failure in your area and you decide to operate your generator.
Please remember that preparation helps us to save lives and property and to recover faster in the event of a disaster.